Water crossings. Some riders love them, others hate them. Many of us are in between. We will look at how to prepare your bike and equipment for water crossings, how to prepare yourself, and how to actually do water crossings. Then finally, how to get your bike running again when you drown it. Preparing your bike and gear. How waterproof is your airbox? This can be critical on two strokes when they are usually much lower. Consider taping up your airbox for deep water crossings. Remember to keep the airbox drain plug clear so water can run back out again. If you do modify your airbox for more air intake, only drill holes at the very top, not the side. Some dirt bikes tend to stall in water crossings once the breather hoses are underwater. Research your model and see if they should be rerouted into your airbox or elsewhere. Carry enough tools to fix your bike if it drowns. You may need to remove the spark plug, exhaust pipe, engine oil drain bolt, and access your air filter. Also, a little spray can of water dispersant like WD-40 can be handy for electrics and wet spark plugs. Also, a waterproof Ziploc bag is handy for any cameras, phones, and car keys. Okay, preparing yourself. A lot of guys drown their bikes because they have poor balance, tend to sit all the time, and aren't used to unpredictable terrain like rocks, sand, mud, and wet logs. So even if you don't like it, practice riding dry rocky creek beds, soft sand and mud. And as you gain confidence, stand on the foot pegs more. Then your body is no longer dead meat on the seat, but you can use your whole body to maintain balance and absorb bumps. And of course, when you stand up with water crossings, you can see the bottom better. Here is the default standing body position. For water crossings and other unpredictable terrain, you'll actually position your body slightly more to the rear. This keeps the rear wheel weighted for traction and the front wheel light, so it's deflected less by underwater obstacles. And prepare yourself mentally. So many riders panic once they are in the water and gun the throttle, or they actually go too slow. You want a nice, steady, moderate pace. Which leads us to technique, how to do water crossings. Before you actually hit the water, is there an alternative way around? Sometimes there is a bridge or shallower crossing nearby. If it's a narrow creek, you can even use a rock as a kicker and simply jump over. Sometimes it's just not worth the risk. If you drown the bike and can't get it started, could you get back home again? And beware of fast flowing water over slippery causeways. It might only be axle deep, but once the bike is swept away, you can wind up pinned under the bike in deeper water. It happened to one of our guys, and then another rider almost drowned trying to rescue him. Okay, if you decide to go ahead, check the depth of the water. If you can't see the bottom, walk through, make sure it's not too muddy, and there are no obstacles. If you don't want to get your boots wet, try to find a long branch and poke around. Should you sit or stand? Experienced riders will usually stand to get better balance. Less experienced riders may be safer sitting. Some guys keep their legs in the air to keep their boots dry. In very deep crossings, this could be an advantage as there is less drag through the water, but usually it's sacrificing some level of control over the bike. Slip the clutch and keep the engine revs up. You will get better traction and less chance of stalling if things go badly. How fast? A high-speed wheelie looks impressive, but can also fuck up impressively. Many riders are panicking a little and go through too fast.
Woo! No, I like it nice and slow.
However, too slow means less momentum when hitting underwater obstacles, so aim for a measured, constant pace. If it's very deep, the right speed will actually create a bow wave that keeps the water away from your airbox. In fast-flowing water, try to start upstream, then go with the flow as you cross. If you aren't confident, watch other riders go first and take exactly the same line if they didn't hit any obstacles. Learn from their mistakes. Keep a finger on your kill switch if possible. Tell yourself if the bike is going down, you won't try that last handful of throttle. Instead, you will calmly kill the engine and prepare to lift your bike out of the water as soon as possible. Finally, don't expect a water crossing to stay the same. A week later, rocks may have shifted or a new log is hiding in the mud. Prepare for the unexpected. Fixing a drowned bike. Okay, bummer, you've dropped the bike. If it's still running, hit that kill switch before it sucks a gutful of water. Oh no! Pick it up as fast as possible. Sometimes you can be lucky. If water didn't get past the air filter, all you might need to do is make sure the airbox drains, wring your air filter dry, then upend the bike to get water out of the exhaust pipe. Depending on the shape of your exhaust, you may need to lie it down on the right side first, then upend it to make sure you drain the water instead of pushing it back into the engine. Okay, let's assume you've been a real muppet and sucked in lots of water. Don't try to start the bike. Water does not compress and you could bend your con rod and do major damage. Drain the airbox and squeeze the air filter dry. Drain the exhaust pipe by upending the bike or removing it. Remove the spark plug and dry it. Remove the fuel tank or block the overflow tube if needed. Then turn the bike upside down, put the bike in gear and cycle the engine. Once you think all the water is removed, get the bike upright, pour a little bit of fuel in the spark plug hole. If you have a carburetor, turn the fuel off and drain your float bowl. On 4 strokes, consider loosening the engine oil drain bolt to see if any water comes out. Water is heavier than oil, so just tighten it up once you see engine oil seeping out instead of water. Apply choke when starting. The bike is cold and also if a water drop is blocking the main jet, you'll get extra revs to suck the water through. Okay, now if you're on a 2-stroke, you can probably keep riding all day. Just remember to check the transmission oil when you get home in case water got in through the vent. But with a 4-stroke, change that oil immediately if possible. If you can't, many suggest riding for at least an hour to evaporate any moisture inside the engine to prevent rust. Of course, all of this assumes you have sucked in relatively clean water. If it was very muddy, it's probably best not to start the engine at all. You risk major damage. When you get home, you can flush your engine oil several times with cheap oil if water did get inside. Spray something like WD-40 into all your electrical connections to prevent corrosion. This is just a general guide, of course. Very keen to hear your comments and other suggestions, so leave them below and get into it. Good luck, guys.